A young lonely boy's life suddenly turned when he received a reply from a girl about a month ago to his book review. Even though the review was just his criticism, the girl seemed excited to see that another person read the same book as her. The boy has kept talking to the anonymous girl for a while on the internet until one day, she suggests that they should meet in real life. He was instantly suspicious of the girl, not believing anyone wanted to meet a loser like him. His first guess is that she might be pulling a prank on him, and just the thought of talking to her is enough to make him nervous. He is also curious about the girl's appearance, so he decides to bury his doubts and meet the stranger from the internet. On the day of their meeting, he is the first to reach the destination and informs the girl about his location through text message. When she doesn't show up for a while, he is disappointed, thinking that she might have left after seeing him. He is planning to leave when suddenly, someone calls him, confirming that he is Yuda-san. When he looks up from his phone, he is shocked to see an extremely beautiful girl walking toward him. Yuda's heart is almost beating out of his chest, and he can't even form a proper word to reply to her. While he is panicking internally about her beauty, the girl keeps chatting happily as she informs him about their reservations. Since no one has asked him in a long time, he didn't get to talk to a woman properly, which is why he is worried that she will regret their meeting. While he is deep in self-loathing thoughts, he accidentally makes eye contact with her and starts freaking out once again. The girl picks up on his mood and asks if something's bothering him. Stuttering a little, Yuda replies that it is nothing, and the girl doesn't pester him on it, noticing that they already reached their destination. Yuda is surprised to see a fancy restaurant and comments about the nice place. The girl clarifies that she chose this restaurant because it's the perfect spot for a date. Once again, Yuda's heart goes out of control since he thought this was just a casual offline meetup. But now it looks like he has been tricked. He nervously tries to clarify the situation, suggesting that they should talk to each other first. His words die down when the girl says that if he ever needs a place for a date, he should choose this restaurant. Yuda is frozen at the spot for a moment, and then silently follows the girl inside, while thinking about how he should stop being so embarrassed. Just then he hears some girls whispering about them being a couple, and discussing how she must be some call girl. Even when he is sitting at the table, he just keeps thinking back to how those were right, because his being here with this girl is just a coincidence. He is completely lost in thought, telling his heart to calm down because this is only a one-time thing. He is pulled out of his thoughts when his companion suddenly asks what he wants to order, and they both agree to have drinks. The girl happily cheers for their first meeting, which makes Yuda realize that he will never be able to be with her freely, so he needs support from alcohol. Not wasting any other second, he chugged his glass down so fast that he almost choked on the drink, spilling some in the process. Concerned about his condition, the girl quickly leans forward to wipe his face, but it just exposes her body to him. This is another shock to Yuda as he quickly pulls back, confused about why she would do something like this. Seeing his confused reaction, the girl quickly apologizes for startling him, worried that he might be mad at her. Yuda clarifies that he isn't shocked and shares how being good to him won't benefit her in any way. He wants to know why she is interested in meeting him when he is not rich or handsome. The girl snickers at his remarks, explaining how she has been reading about love for a long time, and it made her really excited to find someone who has read the same book, so she just wanted to see what type of person he is. Once again, Yuda goes on a self-derogatory rant, apologizing to her for being a boring person and a loser who has never dated someone. He continues that he just casually reads that book because he has no business with love and is just a failure. After listening to his long speech, the girl asks if he really thinks of himself as a failure just because he never dated someone, then he can try going out with her. Yuda is silent because of the shock of the sudden offer, while the girl explains how if he has gotten a girlfriend and been intimate with her, then he won't be a failure anymore. He is worried that the girl is trying to manipulate him by being sweet, but he still can't get a word out. He looks too stunned to speak, so the girl quickly backtracks, stating that she was just joking with him. Laughing sheepishly, Yuda replies that he already knew about that. He doesn't get a chance to be confident for long, as his online friend hits him with how she still finds him adorable, even if he is a failure. He chuckles nervously, asking her to stop teasing him, while inside, he's panicking because he can feel himself falling for her even though he knows he shouldn't. Their dinner date soon ends, and as they leave the restaurant, the girl thanks him for the meal, saying how everything tastes really good. Yuda simply agrees with her, while thinking about how he didn't enjoy anything because he was extremely anxious. Earlier in the restaurant, he first choked on the beer, forgot his wallet at the table, and then ended up scattering his coins everywhere. He feels embarrassed at his weird antics and apologizes to his friend for making her see those humiliating things. Determined to make it up to her, he suddenly offers to walk her to the bus station. He can't believe his own words, but the girl quickly takes him up on the offer, asking with a cheesy smile if he wishes to be her escort. As usual, Yuda loses all his ability to speak while the girl seems satisfied with herself and hooks an arm around his elbow. She makes sure to squeeze her body against his arm, and when he goes red in the face, she innocently asks if he is drunk. Yuda can only will himself to stay calm, trying to remind his heart that she is just teasing him, and they will part ways after reaching the station. As they are walking toward the station, he keeps reminding himself that this is the only time they will meet. He starts to get anxious when they approach the station and decides that they should walk around for a bit, since they will never meet after today. He is so lost in the thought of spending more time with her that he fails to notice where they are going. He only comes back to his senses when he looks at the signs around them and realizes that he accidentally walked into a love hotel district. The girl also notices the area they are in and playfully asks what he is planning to do with her. Yuda tries his best to clarify the situation, saying that he wasn't planning to bring them here. His friend just chuckles at his reaction and asks if he has visited this place before, but Yuda quickly denies that. The girl adds that it is also her first time in such a place, and she heard that this street only has super fancy hotels. While she is talking, Yuda envisions her sitting in a hotel room, making him blush heavily. His red face is not hidden from the girl, who leans closer to his ear, asking if he is thinking about something indecent. Yuda quickly pulls away from her, clarifying that he wasn't having any dirty thoughts and suggests that they should leave this place instantly. The girl still doesn't back down as she softly touches his shoulder, asking what will happen if she doesn't want to return to the station yet. Yuda has no idea what she is suggesting and nervously replies that they can walk around for a bit if she doesn't want to go back. The girl accepts his offer on the condition that he will not abandon her suddenly. With her hand still on his chest, she whispers that this is the opportunity for him to stop being a failure. Yuda's heart is almost beating out of his chest as the girl continues that she is asking this so they don't have any regrets later. Yuda still thinks she is just messing with him, but he can't stop being curious. He just stands there stunned as the girl faces him with a big smile, asking if they should go on a tour of this place. The girl's voice suddenly becomes more seductive as she asks what he wants to do. Yuda nervously asks what she means, while trying his best to understand if she is really implying what he thinks she is. After carefully thinking about his answer, he lightly scolds her for saying something like this: "What if I were some sketchy guy who'd turn into a villain the moment you walked into a hotel room with me?" His attempt to sound serious only makes him seem more flustered, earning a giggle from her. When the girl innocently asks if he would really do horrible things to her, he quickly explains that he is just pointing out the possible dangers. She seems really surprised when he politely tells her to be more respectful towards herself. He is worried that he might have been out of line, but to his surprise, the girl seems even more happy that she has gotten the chance to meet him. He can't believe that he said the right thing, while his friend seems extremely happy as she asks if they should go back. They start walking back to the station, and Yuda is still in awe of how she is acting so calmly. As they reach the station, Yuda apologizes for keeping her out so long, but the girl quickly dismisses him, saying that she really enjoyed herself. Yuda is surprised at how quickly the time passed, and his friend seems to share the same sentiment, but she doesn't say anything about it. After taking a few more steps, the girl asks if he is also going the same way, to which he replies that it is not his route. She finally takes her hand off his arm as they both realize that it is time for them to go their separate ways. When she thanks him for the dinner, Yuda starts his usual rant about how he is sorry for keeping her out so long and forcing her to spend time with someone like him. The girl once again reminds him that she really enjoyed herself and also became more interested in knowing him. Yuda is startled when she suddenly starts leaning closer to him and puts her hand in his pants pocket. Before he can freak out completely, she takes his cell phone. With a bright smile, she says that if he ever wants to meet her again, he can contact her without any hesitation. In the next moment, she leaves after sweetly saying goodbye to him and fails to notice his attempts to call her. Later, when Yuda is sitting alone in the subway, He is still trying to believe that everything that happened today was real. He can't help but wonder what would have happened if he had taken the girl on her offer and gone to the hotel room with her. The notification tone from his phone startles him out of his thoughts, and he looks at it to find another thank you message from the girl. Staring at his phone screen, he wills himself to calm down since he doesn't even know the name of the girl. That night he lies idly on his bed, unable to fall asleep as he keeps replaying the events of that day. He keeps staring at his phone screen, thinking about how even if he replies to her messages, there is no way that she will ever want to meet him again. Meanwhile, on the other side, the girl is also staring at their message while sitting in the bathtub. It has been 10 days since Yuda met his online friend, but she has never contacted him again. He remembers how she said that he could message her anytime if he wanted to meet again, but he is worried that if he messaged her, she might think he is falling for her. Just then his phone dings, and he eagerly looks at it only to find that someone has liked his tweet about being hungry. He quickly searches the account and finds that the person who has liked his tweet has also viewed his account. The activity gives him some hope. He types a tweet about how he is planning to watch a movie and asks if someone is available to go with him. He stops just before sending the tweet, guessing that she will ask to go to the movies with him, but he is also worried that he will look lonely if no one replies to his tweet. He eventually convinces himself to send it, thinking that it is a better option than directly texting her. After almost an hour, his phone dings again, and he quickly picks it up to find that the same person has liked his tweet. He is surprised at how a single like has made him so happy, but he is not satisfied with this sudden happiness and doesn't know what he should do next. His mind is clouded with thoughts as he tries to understand the situation. For a moment, he considers sending her a DM, but then gets worried that they might not be able to meet again, and he is just being too optimistic. Yuda tries to remind himself that she is just a follower, but then loses control of himself. He sends her a text, thanking her for the other night, and inquires if she is available this weekend. After sending the text, he just sits leaning against the bed as his mind swirls with all kinds of negative thoughts. He is concerned that she might have blocked him or worse, will find his message annoying, which only makes him regret sending it. On the other side, the girl is working out in the gym when she receives his message, and a sweet smile spreads on her lips. Back in Yuda's apartment, he goes around following his daily routine while holding the phone in one hand. When she doesn't even read his message after several hours, he is sure that she has blocked him. Accepting the cruel reality, he goes to put the cell phone back in his pocket when it suddenly rings again. Quickly opening his chat app, he looks through the messages where the girl has finally responded to him. She thanked him for the other day, saying that she would love to meet him, but she has already made plans for this weekend with someone else. The last message where the girl asked if they could make plans for some other time shocked him the most, but he still can't believe that it is ever going to happen. Later, when he is lying in bed, he decides to forget about her completely and go back to his usual lonely life. Just when he is about to delete her contact, his phone starts ringing because of an incoming call. He almost drops his phone because of the shock, but manages to catch it and answer the call. From the other side of the call, the girl apologizes for contacting him so late and asks if he is fine talking with her. Stuttering a little, he replies that it is fine, but he is curious about her call. The girl explains that since he finally messaged her today, she wanted to know if he was okay. She slyly throws in the question of whether he actually wants to see her. Yuda instantly starts freaking out as he replies that he just thought that she might want to watch this movie. The girl chuckles at his answer, asking him almost in a whisper why he is so nervous. Hearing her voice so close makes him more nervous as the girl continues that she is sorry for saying no to movies, but she can't come this weekend. Yuda hurriedly starts apologizing for his sudden invitation, but she cuts him off and casually asks if he is available next weekend instead. It takes him a moment to realize what she means, but then he doesn't waste any moment accepting her offer. She ends the call after telling him to be a good boy and wishing him good night. After hanging up the call, he flops down on his bed, already knowing that he will not be able to sleep after the sweet goodnight wish. Meanwhile, the girl is still staring at her phone, thinking about how adorable Yuda is. During the next week, Yuda happily goes to work as he is looking forward to meeting with his online friend after all this work. He is so deep in thought that when a coworker calls his name, he almost jerks because of the shock. The girl Akari hands him some papers while asking why he is smiling like that. Yuda quickly apologizes for zoning out like this, and asks if she wants something from him. Akari points towards the paper, confirming that he has made this meeting document. Looking at the papers, Yuta realizes that this is something his senior has asked him to work on at the very last minute. When she points out that the mismatched numbers in the table, he quickly takes it from her hands, saying that he will fix it instantly. His pleased expression seemed to annoy Akari, and she asks if he is going on a date later because he looks unusually happy. Yuta is not sure if he can even call it a date, so he tries to deny it. But his words are cut off when another coworker from the side asks if he is really going on the date. Soon his table is swarmed by his coworkers eager to know more about his girlfriend. As Yuta tries to think of an answer, he looks back at how he has ended up in this company with extroverts. It reminds him of a call from his father, telling him that educating him was useless if, in the end, he was just going to join a gaming company. Coming back to the present, he realizes that his colleagues will keep pestering him if he doesn't answer them. So he decides to tell them that he is just going to watch a movie with a friend. Surprisingly, no one questions him further, and Akari also leaves after instructing him to fix the document. One guy still remains at his table and comments how Akari is so rude like usual. The coworker swiftly changes the subject without waiting for a response, asking Yuta what he plans to wear to the movies. He nonchalantly mentions jeans and a t-shirt, but his pal thinks it's a bit too casual for a date. Perplexed, Yuta is schooled on the importance of putting effort into his outfit because, let's face it, nobody wants to be seen with a slob on a date. Looks like it's time for Yuta to step up his fashion game before he gets left in the dust. After Yuta agrees to follow his advice, the coworker walks away, wishing him good luck while the other friend asks him to not scare Yuta so much. Sitting at her own table, Akari is annoyed at them for making noise like some teenagers. She still can't believe that someone has agreed to go on a date with Yuta, but it also makes her realize how he has a date. But she is still alone. That night at home, he tries to think of a good outfit and realizes how he hasn't bought anything in the last few years. Thinking about their first date, he recalls how the girl was looking so beautiful that day, and her clothes also looked very expensive. This makes her more determined to make sure that he doesn't embarrass her, and he quickly starts rummaging through his closet in the hope of finding something good to wear. He throws the first shirt on the floor, not finding it suitable for the date. Soon that one shirt turns into a pile of clothes as he fails to find a proper outfit. He decides that he needs to go shopping, but decides to search online for some ideas before actually following through with the plan. After a few minutes of useless searching, he gives up on it and instead decides to go to the market on the weekend. When the weekend arrives, Yuta goes out shopping as planned. But now standing in the middle of a fancy shop, he feels very strange. Telling himself to not get intimidated like this, he starts looking through the clothes. He is startled once again when a salesgirl suddenly approaches him, asking if he wants to find something specific. Yuta answers that he wants something good overall, which just confuses the girl, and she starts praising the shirt he is holding. Without giving him a chance to speak, the girl starts rambling about how this shirt is a new arrival and it has an appealing look because of its unique colors. She almost forces him to try the shirt on, and even though he is not sure how this looks on him, the salesgirl gives her speech on how this shirt really suits him. Even though Yuta thinks that the shirt is a bit bold, he decides to keep it, thinking that he should take this bold step as it might make him more attractive in the eyes of that girl. He also remembers the comments of his co-workers and decides that it is finally time to change his personality. After making a firm decision, he asks the salesgirl to show him more bold designs. Once he has selected all the items, he walks out of the store after paying his bills. Even though everything seems a bit expensive, he is hoping that these new clothes will help him improve his look. Suddenly, someone walks past him, and his heart starts to beat faster as he realizes that the person is his online friend. Taking another look at her back, he is sure that she is the same person and is planning to at least greet her. But before he can do so, the girl approaches a handsome man standing at the roadside. Yuta feels like his lungs are about to stage a walkout as he witnesses the girl's charming apology for her tardiness and the guy's smooth inquiry about his temper. The interaction makes him painfully aware of the stark differences between himself and the guy's bright personality. In the days leading up to their meeting, Yuta couldn't get that guy out of his head. Just as he was considering ghosting, the girl beat him to the punch with a reminder for their meeting. With his plans foiled, Yuta reluctantly prepares to meet her. But as he arrives at the meeting spot, he gets a text from the girl saying she's waiting by the clock. Panicked, he frantically scans the area, only to spot another guy approaching her. Once again, he stands there idly as the guy asks her if she is here to meet someone, as his date has canceled on him at the last minute. Yuta keeps staring at them, trying to understand if they already know each other, even though it doesn't look like it. Suddenly, the guy makes eye contact with him, and Yuta finally breaks his silence as he nervously says that he is here to meet the girl. The guy bursts out laughing at his declaration and asks the girl if she is really here to meet someone like him. Without waiting for any of them to speak, the guy continues to mock Yuta, attacking his dress choice and saying that she will just feel embarrassed walking by his side. He suggests that she should just abandon him, but the girl ignores his yapping and instead walks closer to Yuta. She casually hooks an arm around his elbow, showing how happy she is to meet him again. When she tries to walk them away, Yuta is concerned about the guy's presence, but she just tells him to ignore that person. As they walk away, the guy murmurs how she is definitely betraying Yuta, but no one listens to him. Yuta just keeps thinking about how she has come to his rescue, but if the guy from the other day was with her, he would have tried his best to protect her. Soon they are sitting in the cafe, and after ordering their drinks, the girl comments how the situation earlier was really horrible, even though they just got a chance to meet again. Yuta couldn't form a proper sentence again, as he just now realized how charming she was. When the girl asks why he didn't approach her even after spotting her there, Yuta replies that he thought if someone like him interacted with her in public, she would feel embarrassed. The girl goes silent at his reply, but she doesn't pester on it further, and instead points out his different look, playfully asking if he was trying to impress her. As usual, Yuta's heart starts to beat faster as he quickly explains that he just wanted to act a bit more like a normal person. His efforts didn't seem to work as once again, he got mocked for his weird outfit, which only confirms that he is a fool with zero sense of fashion. The girl's face lights up with a smile as she admits that she finds those who strive to look good in their own unique way more impressive than those who just wing it. Yuta, determined to keep his cool, can't help but feel a twinge of hurt when she remarks that his outfit is a bit strange. Casually sipping on his drink, he agrees with her comment while silently accepting that his outfit choice was stupid. His friend continued the conversation again, saying that the movie would start a bit late, so he should come with her to another place. Yuta silently follows her until he spots a store and gets curious about what she is planning to do. When asked his question, the girl happily replies that she wants to dress up with him. His attempts to stop her are all in vain, as she just walks inside the store and starts looking through the rows of clothes. Yuta silently observes her from afar, realizing how familiar she looks with the shopping, and it makes him wonder if she ever came here with that handsome guy. The girl's voice startles him out of his thoughts, and he quickly scolds himself for being so impulsive. Once he moves closer to her, she shows him a pair of pants, saying how she thinks that they will look good on his slender body. The only thing Yuta can focus on is how close she is, but the girl seems oblivious to his condition and just casually says how she also doesn't have much idea about men's fashion. Soon the salesman finally approaches them, and without even fully getting a chance to understand the situation, Yuta is pushed into the dressing room. He is feeling really nervous even when the place is enclosed with the curtains. From outside the room, he hears the salesman asking the girl if they are on a shopping date, and she just agrees with him. Yuta's heart goes out of control at the mention of being on a date with her, and he only comes back to reality when they ask if he is done changing. After a few moments, he comes out wearing the new outfit and asks about their opinion. The salesman instantly praises his good looks in the new outfit, but Yuta is eagerly awaiting his friend's feedback. As the girl approaches, she subtly adjusts his shirt and compliments his appearance. Yuta is both relieved and pleased by her approval. The salesman then suggests ditching the glasses for contact lenses to up his attractiveness factor. Yuta considers the idea, but when he removes his glasses, all he sees is a blurry vision of the girl. Before he can panic, she quickly places his glasses back on, reassuring him that she likes him just the way he is. Yuta chuckles happily at her comment, declaring that he will stick to the glasses for now. Once they decide on his clothes, she quickly purchases them for him, ignoring Yuta's frantic tries to take out his own money. She just cheerfully says that she enjoys shopping with him, and in return, he can join her for another shopping trip. After their shopping spree, they are both sitting on the sidewalk, and Yuta is in deep thought about how his attraction toward her is growing with every passing second. It just makes him more concerned about the fact that the other guy might be her boyfriend, and if that is the case, he needs to stay away from Miss San. He even contemplates turning a blind eye to this, but since he doesn't want to get hurt in the end, he decides that it is better to make everything clear now. Suppressing his nerves, he hesitates before mentioning that he has something to ask. Carefully, he brings up seeing her in town the other day and apologizes in advance if he's mistaken. Then, with a mix of curiosity and unease, he asks if the man she was with is her boyfriend. He is really relieved that he managed to voice his question while the girl is trying hard to remember about the other day. After pondering about it for a moment, she bursts out laughing, surprised that Yuta has seen her. She says that he should have called her, which only makes Yuta consider that it wouldn't have bothered her if someone like him had caught her. With a playful smile on her face, she asks why he is asking her about the boyfriend. Yuta nervously replies that he just thinks if she is really together with that person, then they shouldn't meet up like this. Gently grabbing his thigh, the girl asks if this is all, but Yuta can't say anything in reply, not understanding what she wants to do now. She finally decides to end his misery and tells him that the guy from the other day is her older brother. She further explains that her brother visited her last week and was almost stabbed by a girl. Shocked by the news, Yuta instantly asks about the well-being of her brother, but she just seems to focus on how he thought her brother was her boyfriend. Laughing sheepishly, he apologizes for the misunderstanding, but also seems happy that she is not dating that person. She playfully pinches his cheek, asking if he is satisfied with the answer. Feeling embarrassed, Yuta tries to say that he didn't mean it like that, but she doesn't believe him and asks if he is jealous. When Yuta frantically tries to deny it again, she simply agrees with him, saying that there is nothing like that between them. Yuta is confused by her weird statement, but she doesn't give him a chance to think about it as she starts pulling his hand, saying that the movie is about to start. Even though Yuta is curious about what she meant by her comment, he is just glad to know that she is not dating that person. Now just spending time with her like this is enough to make him feel good. Soon they reach the cinema, and the girl is happy that they are not late even though they have to rush a bit. She then points out that they still need to buy the tickets, and Yuta quickly takes the lead, telling her to wait while he goes and buys tickets for them. She waits for him there as he goes to buy the tickets, his mind still focused on whether it is right for him to take the lead like this. Since it is his first time going to the movies with someone, he has no idea what people usually do in such situations. He soon returns with the tickets and is relieved to see that the girl seems fine with his actions. She tries to pay him for her tickets, but Yuta refuses to take the money, pointing out how he still hasn't paid her for the clothes. She finally agrees to accept his offer and thanks him for the ticket. Once they are sitting inside the cinema, Yuta is finally relieved that everything seems to be going well. The only thing that bothers him is how he really wanted to watch the movie, but now he is really struggling to focus on the screen. He just keeps squirming, not knowing what he should do with his hands. His own nerves surprise him since they were also sitting together earlier, but now he is feeling more anxious. Suddenly, the girl leans closer to him, commenting on how it feels like they are on a date, but she seems oblivious to the impact she is having on him. Slowly slipping her hand into his hand, she asks if he wants to practice it with her. He freezes as she intertwines their fingers, casually mentioning its practice for when he goes on a real date. While she turns her attention back to the screen, Yuta finds himself musing that, date or not, he doesn't really mind. He is also not concerned about whether it is okay to hold her hand when they are not dating, and how he feels really stupid for not being able to stop himself from having such thoughts. At this moment, he is not worried about anything, and his only wish is that the movie will keep playing forever. Even though the movie is still playing on the screen, Yuta has no idea how much longer they have been sitting here. Right now, the only thing on his mind is the nice scent, the weight of the girl's head on his shoulder, and concern about having sweaty hands. He is really struggling to focus on the movie, and it becomes more difficult when she suddenly pulls her hand away from his grip. He instantly starts worrying if his hands are really sweaty, or if he has made a mistake. Clenching his hand, he tells himself to not feel so disappointed since it is obvious that she wouldn't want to hold his hands all the time. As he is thinking about how he should just forget about it, he suddenly notices his friend leaning down to get something from her bag. Once she gets back up, he is surprised to see her holding a handkerchief, and just now notices that she is crying. He is amazed to know that she also cries at a movie and tries to hold her hand, but can't bring himself to do so. Once again, she comes to his rescue and casually leans against his shoulder. The time passes too quickly for his liking, and soon the lighting comes back on in the movie theater, also pulling him back to reality. The smile has returned to his friend's face as she asks if they should leave now. Yuta simply follows her, while thinking about how today the feeling of all this being a dream was more intense. Once they are outside the theater, the girl comments that the movie was amazing, and she is happy that he decided to invite her. She then asks him if he has read the book the movie is based on and how he will compare the two works. Yuta struggles to come up with a reply, not wanting to expose that he was so focused on her that he forgot to watch the movie. When he stays silent for a moment, she asks if he actually paid attention to the movie when he was the one who invited her in the first place. With a playful smile on her face, she asks if he is actually focused on something else. Yuta hurriedly tries to find a good answer, and then comes up with how he was really shocked to see her cry. The girl just replies that she is also a human, so it is normal for her to sob or be angry sometimes. Yuta instantly gets worried, assuming that she is angry, but his reaction just seems to amuse his friend. She clarified that there was nothing for her to be angry at, and that she was just messing with him. When they both walk outside, they are surprised to see how it is already nighttime. Yuta is once again concerned about what he should do next since he just asked her to watch a movie with him, and now he doesn't know if they should go home. This time he also doesn't want to go home without even knowing her name. Despite his nervousness, he manages to ask her if she would like to go for dinner and then instantly gets worried that he is too loud. He quickly adds that she can refuse if she wants, as he just wanted to discuss more details about the movie with her. Yuta is sure that he looks very stupid right now, but it doesn't seem to bother the girl as she agrees to the dinner, asking him if he just wants to stay with her a little longer. Yuta struggles to answer her and just gets more nervous as she playfully leans closer to his mouth. In the end, he just decides to accept the truth that she is right. And hearing his answer, the girl happily starts walking ahead, saying that she is also really hungry. Before they can go for dinner, the girl excuses herself to go fix her makeup, and Yuta decides to utilize this time to find a good restaurant. When he takes out his cell phone, he realizes how he had turned it off, and there is a message notification from Twitter. He is surprised at the sudden message, but ignores it for the time, instead focusing on finding a good place to eat. Soon the girl returns, and they both leave to have dinner together. Meanwhile, somewhere else, a girl is happy that she has sent the message, and is really hoping that Yuta-san will see it. Emitella has asked to go to a movie with him if he still hasn't watched it, but Yuta replies that he has already watched the movie. Sitting alone in his room, still waiting for a message from Azusa, even though he knows that wasting time like this is useless. He also doesn't want to message her continuously because he would just be annoying and she might block him after that. All his life, he has never been with a woman during his free days, but now he is feeling miserable after just a few days of no contact with Azusa. Just then, his phone rings and he eagerly picks it up only to find a message from his mother asking him about work and if he found a life partner yet. His already sore mood dampens more as he realizes that it is impossible to find someone to marry when he is not even dating anyone. Recently, while scrolling through his phone, he stumbled upon a lot of dating app notifications, but he is sure that if he decided to use it, he would get scammed. Now that the marriage is on his mind, the first vision that pops into his head is Azusa as his future wife. He sees her welcoming him home with a big smile, making food for him, and then teasing him as they are in a more intimate setting. Embarrassed, he quickly dismisses those visions from his head and picks up his phone again, looking at the dating apps. For a moment, he considers really getting a girlfriend and even wonders if Azusa would be jealous of it. He realizes how it would just be rude, but his attention is quickly diverted when he receives a message notification on his phone. He instantly picks up his phone where he had received a DM from Emitella-san. At first, he is only surprised to receive a direct message, but his shock grows when he sees the long message she has sent him. She has talked about how grateful she is to receive a reply from him. Since the app doesn't allow you to write a long reply, she decided to message him here. She further wrote that she would love to hang out with him anytime, so he should contact her whenever he is free. Yuta is confused by the person calling him a senior and literally inviting him to go out with them. He also wants to know who this person is, even though they follow each other, and if he remembers it correctly, he also received few replies from them. Wanting to know more about this person, he decides to explore their Twitter account and finds all types of different posts. Seeing the picture of a rattan figure and a shelf filled with books, He is sure that this person must be a middle-aged man who just speaks in a unique way. Yuta is not bothered by seeing that movie again when the person is so eager to meet him, but he is still not ready to replace the memories of his movie night with Azusa. He picks up his phone so he can say no to them, but instead finds another long message from the same person. This time she had apologized for her continuous messages and then told him how there would be an autograph session with Ryan Emitsuki. Since she can remember that Yuta said he liked Devilish as hell, she wanted to ask if he wanted to go there tomorrow. Yuta instantly remembers how Ryan is a famous author who wrote Devilish as hell, and he loved to read her books in his school days. It makes him want to go to a movie, and he is also hoping that this will help him forget these deep feelings of loneliness. He finally sends a reply saying that he wants to join the autograph session and asks if Emitella is fine going out with someone like him. Another notification pops up from Emitella thanking him for agreeing to join her and admitting she was nervous about going alone. She promises to send the details later. After his conversation with her, Yuta finds Ryan's books in his cupboard and is hit with a sense of nostalgia as he skips through the pages. Just looking at the books makes him so excited, and he decides to read them later. The next day, he goes to the designated place feeling really nervous since he has never met an online friend in real life except Azusa-san. He sends a text to Emitella informing them about his arrival and sharing the details of his outfit so they can easily find him. His phone instantly lights up with a reply as the person says that he has also arrived and is in light blue clothes. Yuta starts to look around to find a young man in light blue clothes. When he feels someone gently pulling at his arm, he turns around to find a young girl standing there looking really nervous. Yuta is stunned when the girl introduces herself as Emitella. Yuta still can't believe that the person he thought would be a middle-aged man has turned out to be a young, beautiful girl. He nervously introduces himself and quickly apologizes for his strange reaction, sharing how he had thought he was meeting with a man. Emitella chuckles nervously at his reply and then starts rambling about how she is sorry for creating the confusion, and she was so nervous earlier that she couldn't thank him properly for accepting her offer. Yuta is surprised at how she also speaks really long sentences in real life too. Even though he didn't know that he would be meeting with a young girl, he still feels like he is somehow cheating on Azusa. He quickly shakes the weird thoughts, telling himself that attending an autograph with a follower is not a big deal. Deciding to stay calm in the situation, he asks Emitella if they should go inside, to which she instantly agrees. He calmly points out how she is still holding his shirt. Emitella quickly pulls her hand away, frantically apologizing to him, which makes Yuta wonder what would have happened if she had met with the wrong person. Once again, Emitella goes on a nervous rant as she apologizes for touching him with her dirty hands and ruining his mood. She says how many people told him that her sense of distance is really messed up, and she is also bad at reading the room. Yuta tells him to not apologize, saying that he should be the one saying sorry. After another apology from Emitella for freaking out like this, she finally leads them inside, since she has already looked for directions. Emitella keeps looking at the map as she leads the direction, telling him which way they should go. Yuta silently follows her, but soon realizes that the place they are in seems a bit weird. Worried that they had lost the way, Yuta asks to look at the map and further leads them to their location. He thanks her for leading them up, until now careful to not hurt feelings in any way. She mumbles how he is acting as usual, but she ignores his confused reaction and just starts walking again. When they finally reach the place of the event, they find a really long queue of people waiting for autographs. Emitella has already expected that a lot of people will be here for Rian. At Yuta's suggestion, they both get in line, and Yuta says how he is grateful that she invited him because reading those books after a long time felt really nostalgic. Emitella replies that she should be the one saying thank you, as she also read those books in elementary school. Hearing about the school, Yuta instantly asks if she is still a student, to which Emitella tells him that she is in vocational school now. She further tells him how she is 19 years old now and read Rian's books when she was in 3rd grade. After knowing about her age, Yuta quickly calculates the years and is shocked to realize that it has already been 10 years since that book came out. Seeing his shocked expression, Emitella asks if there is a problem, to which Yuta replies that he just realized that he is old. He then changes the topic, saying how the book was really intense for the 3rd grader. Emitella agrees that the book was a bit intense as the female lead was a succubus in training. She had originally bought the book for the cover, but eventually got hooked on the storyline. This time, Emetella excitedly starts a speech about how a scene mesmerized her, that she drew it on her own multiple times, and felt like it had changed something inside her. From the long speech, the only thing that really inspired Yuta is that she can really draw. Emetella quickly replies that she is not that good and changes the topic, instead asking him which characters he liked the most and devilish as hell. Yuta replies that he likes Breath, the angel who was introduced in the 3rd chapter. Emetella agrees with him, saying that the character is really adorable, but her personality is not that good. Suddenly her words start to slur as she sways on her feet, almost falling to the ground. Yuta is instantly worried for her and asks if she is fine, to which Emetella replies that she is feeling dizzy because of the intense sunlight. Yuta announces that she needs to be in a cool place right now and starts looking around to find a suitable place. After spotting a cafe nearby, he helps her stand back up and asks if she will be able to walk there. Soon they are sitting in the cafe, and Emetella is casually sipping on her drink. After regaining some of her energy, she apologizes for making him worried, but he assures her that it is not a big deal, and he feels bad for not noticing her condition sooner. She mentions that she tends to hibernate in her room, so maybe that is why she reacts so dramatically to the sunlight, but she is totally fine now. Yuta compares her to a vampire, muttering under his breath. Emetella misses his joke completely, and instead gushes about how he must be quite the heartthrob, swooping in to rescue her like a prince. Yuta starts to protest, but then realizes he is surprisingly calm chatting with her. In the past, seeing a lady faint would have sent him into a frenzy, but hanging out with Azusa-san has clearly leveled up his cool factor. Emetella calling his name snaps him out of his thoughts, and he reassures her, saying it's good she feels better, but suggests skipping the autograph session. As expected, she begins apologizing for ruining his day, knowing how much he was looking forward to it. Yuta is startled when she admits she wasn't that excited about the event despite being a big fan of the books. Meeting him, she confesses, was enough, and the autograph session was just an excuse. Stunned, Yuta stammers that she must be confusing him with someone else, since he doesn't recall ever meeting her before. His heart skips a beat when she insists she isn't mistaken. Meeting him had been her wish for years.